On the other hand, this is a hierarchical system in which some areas are privileged economically and politically over others. And this took the form sometimes of formal colonization, sometimes it was informal. That's sort of irrelevant. The system was expanding, it was pulling areas into its periphery, and it was treating them less well. That is to say, less well economically, less well politically, less well socially. So all these areas had, in some sense, to decide what they would do vis-a-vis the strong centers, how they would react to it. And basically, culturally, they came up with two opposite solutions. There were those in the colonial world and other peripheral areas who said the secret of our potential improvement of our situation is to, quote, assimilate, to copy to the extent that we can the exact forms of culture, in the larger sense of the term, that seem to work so well. Now, this could take the form of adopting particular sets of political and economic ideas. It could take the form of religion, either converting to Christianity or, which has to be noticed in the 19th century, changing our religions so that they're not too different. So we get forms of Islam and forms of Hinduism and forms of Buddhism and forms of Judaism and so forth, which are strangely similar in their theology to forms of 19th century Christianity, which is itself a new version of Christianity. So you can assimilate in many ways, linguistically and so forth. And then there was another group, always at the same time, in all these areas, who said, no, that's absolute madness. That just gets us in as junior partners at best. Means we have to give up what is ours, what distinguishes us, and so we have to be, quote, culturally nationalist. We have to reassert our values. We have to show that we're distinctive. We have to resume our own languages. We have to reassert our own religions. We have to do things differently. Now, the interesting thing is that neither of these tactics work. That, in fact, if you assimilate, you accept, in fact, the logic of the fact that you are inferior and that the best you can do is try to copy the superior peoples, and you never can copy them perfectly, or they'll never say that you've copied them perfectly. So it doesn't work. And if you go on a cultural separatist track, what happens is that you find that you don't have the skills that are important to, in fact, operate well within the functioning world system that's before them. So, in fact, what we can see as a matter of history is that in country after country there's been a zigzag.